The story of the Greek god of Uranus differs between every book and article, but I composed the story that to me makes the most sense. Everything began with the goddess of chaos, who is the first existing thing. She created the earth and Gaia, goddess of the earth. Gaia was very lonely because there was only herself and darkness. This was until she by herself gave birth to Uranus, god of the sky. Uranus charmed Gaia with stars, providing light, making her feel less lonely. Uranus and Gaia were the only gods representing Earth so far, so Gaia chose him to mate with. Soon, they had 12 Titan gods, 6 boys, Oceanus, Hyperion, Cous, Cronus, Crius, Iapetus, and 6 girls, Tethys, Thea, Phoebe, Rhea, Themis, and Mnemosyne. After came 3 Hecatonchires, which are giant creatures with 100 hands and 50 heads with uncontrollable strength, Briareus, Codus, and Gyges. And then 3 Cyclopses, which are monsters with 1 eye on their forehead, Argos, Sterope, and Brontes. Because Uranus was the first god, god of the sky, which was above ground and, according to the Greeks, surrounded the earth, he became the ruler of what was thought to be the universe. Uranus became worried that his children could threat his placement as supreme ruler of the gods. He was also incredibly disappointed in how ugly the Hecatonchires and the Cyclopses looked. The Titans could be a potential threat but were notoriously beautiful. So Uranus, while all his children were asleep, kidnapped the Hecatonchires and the Cyclopses and banished them in the Tartarus, a second and even worse underworld, which just so happened to be Gaia's womb, which caused her great pain. After this, Gaia resented Uranus and secretly plotted a way to kill or overthrow him with her Titan children. 5 of the boys, including Cronus because he wanted to take the role as the supreme god, agreed to killing their father. The 5 Titans hid on different parts of the earth, Cronus in the center with a sickle of flint that Gaia made for him. When Uranus came to speak with Gaia, 4 of the Titans ambushed him and held him down, while Cronus used the sickle of flint to castrate Uranus, tossing his genitals into the sea. The blood of Uranus sank into the ground and created the Gigantes, or the giants, and the asteroid nymphs called the Malai and the Furies. The sperm from Uranus that fell into the sea also created the goddess Aphrodite. Uranus lost so much blood that he died, but before so, he warned Cronus, "You may have stricken me down, but someday in distant time, you too will fall before your very descendants. Beware of this prophecy." And Uranus died. But with this prophecy, or curse, Cronus would soon also be overthrown by his children. Uranus was only a god, but he was the first god to ever exist, let alone the first god about Earth. He and Gaia were exact opposites, one representing the solid ground and the other representing the firm domain of the sky. But their offspring were some of the main aspects of Greek ethnicity. Uranus was only a part of Greek mythology, but he was a part of the Greek creation story. He was viewed by the mythical and the real equally as a strong creature who put everything but himself under the sky he created, making him the dominant god, the first leader. And being such a basic element, he created more complex aspects of Greek culture. Also, Uranus could control the stars, and not only that, but he could create them. I didn't necessarily understand this question, but I think he connected to the other gods through his basic aspect of Earth, above ground, which represents dominance. And when he made with Gaia, he created multiple different gods with many different elements that influence Earth. However, Uranus was very power-hungry and cared about visuals more than morals, which compelled him to abuse his wife and family to ensure his own self-esteem. The main reason Uranus was such a significant myth in ancient Greece was the effect it had on the Greek person's view on what they themselves are not able to conceive. What I mean is, Uranus was basically a metaphor for what they believed the sky was. It was a strong, stable dome with bright lights called the stars that covered the earth, and the person Uranus was fits that character perfectly. So this further prevailed the idea of what the sky was because of who Uranus was and how their version of science matches their mythology, thus legitimizing their opinions of the sky based on religion. The Greek god of Uranus evolved into the Roman god of Keleus, god of the sky, and the Roman mystery religion based on the god of Mithras.